All right, I am not in the business of making predictions, I just report the stuff. But despite what earlier indicators suggested, Lauren Boebert's congressional gamble might actually pay off. Now, I don't know when you're watching this, but I'm recording this on Tuesday morning, the day of the Colorado primary. By the time you see this, those primary results may already be out. And I used to talk about Boebert a lot here because she always seemed to make herself relevant, but I had to take a break from talking about her for a bit because honestly, I was burning myself out. This job is fun, but there's only so much you can talk about any one person. But today is the day that we've all sort of been keeping an eye out for. Pundits were and still are saying that if Boebert can eke out a win today, she'll likely make it back into the House, albeit representing a different district from the one we're used to her representing. So just a super quick recap. Boebert wasn't confident that she could win re-election in her district, so she pulled a move where she jumped over to a different district in Colorado. This one had a vacancy because the incumbent said that he would not be running for re-election, and Boebert seized the opportunity. Of course, she said it was not because it was strategically beneficial for her to do so. She said it was because the people in her new district were more aligned with conservative ideals. And at first, she did not get a very warm welcome from the voters of District 4. They saw her jump to their district as opportunistic. They thought that she was more drama than she was worth, and they really didn't like what she was up to during that Beetlejuice performance.
But for some voters, Boebert's Trump-style rhetoric strikes a chord.
America first, and that's what Lauren Boebert stands for.
I know it caused a lot of controversy when she moved to District 4. We just felt that she's still the right person to represent us.
But it's not just Boebert's move that's been controversial.
President Trump is not going anywhere. He's coming back for another 4 years.
She made headlines for turning up at Trump's hush money trial in New York last month.
What is the crime?
While skipping a court hearing for her teenage son, who was facing misdemeanor and felony charges, suspected of being part of a group who used credit cards stolen from cars to make purchases, court records show.
There were already several other Republican contenders for the congressional seat who were already fairly well known and liked in that district too. Unfortunately, as we've seen happen time and time again, if there are too many contenders in the field, the votes often get split up amongst all of them. In this case, that seems to be working out well for Boebert because of all of the District 4 contenders, she's got the name recognition. She's got a national reputation, for better or for worse. She's got a Trump endorsement, and she's got financial backing from the GOP and from Republicans across the country. So with all said and done, she goes into today's primary as the favorite to win. And if that happens, it's expected that she'll win the seat. And thanks to the good people of Colorado District 4, the rest of us will have to hear from her and about her for at least another 2 years. I apologize in advance for whatever role I play in that. Meanwhile, her Democratic opponent, John Padora, dropped a campaign ad in which he was sitting in the same seat, in the same theater, that Boebert was sitting in when she got busted for inappropriate behavior in a public place. It's kind of gross, but here is the ad.
John Padora. I'm sitting in the very same seat that Lauren Boebert got kicked out of. The same way she got kicked out of Colorado's 3rd congressional district. Now she's picked up her bags and fled to eastern Colorado to run in the 4th congressional district. That's a race I've been running since May of 2023. Boebert's an opportunistic carpetbagger, and we deserve real leadership here in Colorado's 4th.
Additionally, the American Muckrakers PAC recently sent a letter to different government agencies requesting that Boebert be investigated for applying for gun permits while allegedly using drugs and alcohol. The PAC president claims to have evidence that Boebert was on meth while wielding a weapon, but that claim has not been confirmed. The letter says, quote, Ms. Jessica Spaulding volunteered to me that Boebert was a frequent user of illegal methamphetamine. Ms. Spaulding told me she personally witnessed her hotboxing meth with Jason Boebert at a man camp. Ms. Spaulding also relayed an episode where guns were drawn and she was threatened by Boebert at a bar in Grand Junction, Colorado, when Spaulding expressed her support for Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election. Boebert said, "I'll shoot you in your face if you tell me you voted for Hillary Clinton." The letter referenced the incident in 2023 when Boebert was cut off from alcohol at a political event and said, quote, "I believe Boebert is a ticking time bomb, and she needs to be relieved of her firearms pending an investigation into the actions above. "No one is above the law, including a member of Congress. She must be held accountable for her actions." And this all came out after Hunter Biden was just found guilty of similar behavior, lying about cocaine usage on a federal firearms form. Anyway, none of that really matters for today. Today, she's up for the Republican nomination, but between now and November, assuming things go well for her today, she'll have to contend with her Democratic competitor. After Boebert switched to District 4, Democrat and retired Marine Ike McCorkle has raised nearly $500,000 in his bid for the seat since April of this year. That's $100,000 more than Boebert raised during that same time. However, McCorkle hasn't come close to winning District 4 in the past. According to Jim Newell, a columnist at Slate, quote, "McCorkle was Democrats' nominees in the 4th District the past 2 cycles, and in neither case did he come within 20 points of Ken Buck." Things are arguably different this go-around than they were in the past 2 cycles, though. Newell also said that if Boebert still does not manage to perform well in District 4, whether in the primary or in the general, quote, "there won't be a redder place in Colorado for Boebert to turn to." All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.